In this video, I'm going to teach you how to organize your video project with proper file naming conventions. Let's go! Hi, this is Alex from MASV, the fastest and safest way to deliver all your large media files online. If you need to send heavy files to your clients, collaborators, teammates, anywhere they are in the world, MASV will give you 100 gigabytes free to use however you want. I'll leave you the link in the description box below. Go and check it out. You know what? I used to have the super bad habit of writing random names on files I was using to finish my edit faster, but I can't tell you how much I regretted it when we had to go back to the edit or work with other team members. In post-production, it's imperative to be organized, as it minimizes the amount of time spent making sense of a project or finding the right files you might be looking for. When working in teams especially, having correct file naming practices will create a smooth workflow across production departments. You want to ensure that your file names clearly indicates what each video contains and how it relates to the other files without having to play it. For example, let's see these files over here. It reads Galapagos Island 2022 _ scuba diving _ Kika Rock _ 4K. So we know it is going to be about a scuba diving trip to Kika Rock in Galapagos Island in 2022, and that it is a 4K export. On the other hand, let's look at these files over here. This is a complete disaster, like this one. Look at this one. It is just full of numbers. Imagine if you had to go through hundreds or thousands of files like this. What a nightmare! So here are 8 tips to create a file name structure that will allow you to be more organized and save time to smooth your workflow. Be consistent. Use the same name structure for all your files. When you name your files in a constant and logical way, you will do it automatically later, so it will be a breeze and anyone internally or externally will be able to understand them. Easy to read and implement. Keep your file naming convention as simple as possible. What you're writing on the name will all depend on the type of file you're creating and where it has to be delivered. It's all about balance between useful information and being concise. Communicate across the entire team. Communication is key always, not just in this, but in all areas of your life. Make sure everyone on the team and relevant stakeholders are on the same page about your naming conventions. And keep this information logged in a central location easily accessible by everyone. If people involved in the project don't use the same naming convention every time, it will be a pain in the ass. You will spend your time just trying to find the files and organizing your project instead of actually working. Avoid special characters. It is already enough to be dealing with hundreds or thousands of files. Why do you want to keep complicating your life with special or non-alphanumeric characters? Characters like 2 dots, comma, period, brackets, question mark, $, etc. are not all supported by operating systems, file formats, and creative softwares. Also, avoid white spaces because some applications may not recognize them and treat your file differently than expected. You can use an underscore or dash instead. Avoid long names. Don't make it too long unless you have a very large library of assets that need to be included in the name. For example, Netflix naming structure. Remember that some operating systems have a limit of 255 characters. And actually, to be fair, nobody wants to keep scrolling right on a folders to read the full name of a file. ISO 8601. This will be the one that you put first the full year, then the month, and then the date. For videos, along with information like the name of the file, camera unit, version number, etc., you should also include the date that the file was edited or the footage was shot. And it's super important that you follow the ISO standard because of this. Now you tell me, is that March 12, 2016? Or December 3rd, 2016? That's the type of confusion you can avoid by sticking to an international standard like ISO 8601. Consider the sort order of your files. Keep in mind when you're naming your files, your application or system will sort up numbers first and letters second. For example, let's say your post-production team want the files from a project to appear in numerical order, so you put the numbers at the beginning of the name, ideally with leading zeros. Or if there are certain files that you want them to appear last, like backups for example, put sets at the start of the file name. Optimize your video folder structure. Use these file naming standards for your folder structures as well. Remember to be logical, intuitive, and have consistency so it can be easily followed by the rest of your team. Once you have decided on a folder structure, Copy an empty folder structure template for future projects, so you can save time later. Alright, those are the best practices to properly name your video files. Follow these tips and I guarantee your whole process will improve, saving you and your teammates a lot of time and effort. If you need to send your projects or final exports, remember there are 100 GB free from MASV waiting for you in the description box below. Try it out and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you find this video helpful, please help us with that thumbs up and subscribing to the channel so we can keep doing these filmmaking tutorials. Let us know in the comments what you want to watch in the next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!